Kids Match Game 75, production number 0554, take one. Get ready to match the stars. Bobby Van, Brett Summers, Charles Nelson Reilly, Sarah Kennedy, Richard Dawson, and Betty White as we play the star-studded Big Money Match Game 75. And now here's the star of Match Game 75, Gene Rayburn.
Thank you, Johnny Olson and friends. Very nice looking bunch, aren't they? You're okay. And you're okay, too.
Thank you, Will. Nice to be here.
Why are you so excited, Brett?
You promised to take me to Encino.
Oh, no. Tonight's your night.
We're
very lucky to have Bobby Van of Show Offs with us.
Thank you,
we get him once in a while, but he's working very hard on his own show. It's an enormous amount of fun. Dawson and I did it recently. I guess that show's come and gone already.
And Betty and Alan did it.
Betty and Alan did it.
Super.
Isn't it a lot of fun?
He does the most beautiful MC job. He really
That's right.
does. He keeps control of a bunch of honest engines.
Terrific. I must say he is very good, and I'm trying to urge him to go back to Broadway and do another play.
So is Alan.
Now, what do you say we say hello to our two players, Lynn Hayes and Missy Gallant over here. This lady is our current champ. She has won a total of $5,600, and she's very happy about that. She says it's going to help her continue her education, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. It takes a lot of money to put an actress through school.
Yes. And how far along are you in that endeavor?
Oh, about midway.
About midway. Well, good luck to you in that. Now, Missy did pretty well with her first round question. She matched two of our celebrities. And your first round question will be along in a moment or so. And we'll see how this game ends right after we see about this. Here we are. Shall we begin? I'll push this button, reveal the other first round question. This is yours, Lynn. Listen carefully. Linda said...
Linda?
What? She said, my husband treats me like a pillow. At night he blanks me. Hello there. My husband treats me like a pillow. At night he blanks me.
I love my answer, and I hope nobody's going to arrange that.
Okay. Right. That's all right. Yes.
I'm finished. I was finished first, I think.
Okay. Now we're all set. We'll come back over here to Lynn Hayes. And she said, my husband treats me like a pillow. At night he blanks me.
Oh, well, puffs me up.
Puffs me up, or, yeah.
I blew it, folks.
Have you ever seen a husband puff up a lady? What kind of verb is that, to puff up a lady there?
We'll find out.
Okay, we will find out indeed. She said, puffs me up.
She did, huh?
That's what she
said.
said.
What she said? Puffs me up?
Puffs me up.
Now, I don't know if this is the same. Pats his pillow.
Pats me. No match there. Brett, what do you say? She said, puffs me up.
What do you do with a pillow? Well, he sleeps on me.
Oh. Okay.
I said punches and throws me on the floor.
Which shows you where his head is at.
Okay.
That's how I treat chicks that give me trouble.
Oh, a little B&D on the show here. What do you say, Sarah? She said at night he treats me like a pillow, at night he blanks me. And she said puffs me up.
Well, I said squeeze.
Squeeze.
Is
that a match? No, that's different from puffs me up there.
And squeeze.
What do you say there? What do you do to a pillow?
Just a very savage punch.
Punches. Ow! Ow!
Now,
What?
in this hand, I am holding my answer.
Right.
Down here, I have what I was almost going to say, which would have been swell.
Fluffs me.
Yes. but I said that.
Punches me. Yeah. Would Fluff and Punch have been a match?
What's the point?
Fluff and Puff
Yeah,
would
but
have
I
been a
didn't
match.
say Fluffs. I said
That's just-
Punch.
All right.
Well, what's the
that's too
point
bad.
of your conversation?
I don't know, but you can
Okay.
have my card. Here's my card.
Now we go to round 2, and Missy, it's up to you.
B, please.
You on B. Here, you got it. Everybody plays except Richard and Betty.
Well, we gave her our bodies, if you remember. Yes,
That's right.
That's right.
I gave it the office.
Right.
You always give
What
me
did
all-
Betty say? I missed that.
The psychiatrist said, he said, my next patient is a real wacko. This is Mel Brooks, Mel Brooks type psychiatrist.
Oh, okay.
As you can tell by his English grammar, my next patient is a real wacko. That's very medical talk, isn't it? He says he keeps a tiny light bulb in the back of his mouth because he thinks he's a blank. My
He
next patient,
keeps a tiny light bulb in the back of his mouth.
because he thinks he's a blank. My next patient is a real wacko, keeps a tiny light bulb in the back of his mouth because he thinks he's a blank. That's good. That's very good.
You're not
Yes.
just saying that?
The
We're not
two
playing.
people who are not playing came up with brilliant answers, and the rest of you are
You
foofing around.
oh well.
What are you doing there?
Is this how you...
You've hesitated, Charles.
No.
All right.
What, dear?
Hey,
I love you too.
you touched me. She touched me.
Odd or even?
Where are we here? This is yours, right? The psychiatrist said, my next patient is a real wacko. He keeps a tiny light bulb in the back of his mouth because he thinks he's a
Flashlight.
flashlight. Well, I don't know whether she got the idea or not. What do you say?
I got the idea, and I thought that Frigidaire was the right answer. They agree with me.
Right.
Right?
That's the answer. You
I
got
thought
it.
so. That's what I
Brett?
I'm Italian, and I have an accent. I said isoboxa.
Isobox. You see, there we go. Charles.
I spelt Frigidaire the most interesting way.
It's Brigadoon.
Yes. It's the
Brigadoon, he said.
Frigidaire.
What do you say there, little girl?
Well, I say refrigerator.
Yeah.
Frigidaire.
God, would that have worked great for you?
Frigidaire.
All right, so at the middle of round 2, it's 2-0. When we come back, you're going to have to match 2 to stay in the game, 3 to win. And now we give you this message.
Miss Betty.
Ready? Here we go. Second and final round. Lynn, you've got to match 2 to stay in the game, 3 to win. You didn't match anybody in the first round, so everybody plays. Yule Gibbons said, a strange thing happened to me this morning. I cut my finger, but instead of blood, blank came out.
Honey, I'm home free with this one.
Cut my finger, but instead of blood, blank came out. Yule Gibbons, you know who he is.
I know it's been a week or two since you've seen him, so that's
He
hard for you to
dwells
remember.
among things natural.
Yes.
He lives in the forest, doesn't he?
Yeah, it is very different.
He what?
He eats little nuts.
He eats hickory nuts, that's right. Wild hickory nuts, right. The wildest hickory nuts you've ever seen. Yes. Everybody ready? Okay, here we go with Lynn Hayes. Yule Gibbons said, a strange thing happened to me this morning. I cut my finger, but instead of blood, blank came out.
I'm going to have to ask you who Yule Gibbons is.
Yule Gibbons.
Lynn!
Yule Gibbons
I
has
know.
been on many TV commercials, and he's a naturalist, and he walks through the hickory forest and
Oh,
through
yes.
the forest, and he says, "You can live on almost anything. Look at this. I'll eat
Pine
this
trees you can
bench
live on."
right here, and it's got a lot of nourishment in it too. I'll eat this light bulb, and it'll be good for him." He eats
Gotcha.
all kinds of natural things. You
Gotcha.
see? Yeah. Instead, I cut my finger, and instead of blood,
What have
blank
you got,
came out.
Lynn?
I know.
He eats hickory nuts.
He eats hickory nuts.
He walks through the forest. He's Nature Boy.
It's Nature Boy.
An older version of
An
Nature
older-
Boy. Nature Man.
This.
We'll wait. What the heck?
Don't do that.
interesting, Lynn.
Would you like my
Lynn,
answer?
I want the right.
Jean is going to read it again. Just listen now.
Got
You're a
it.
bright girl. Now listen.
Yule Gibbons said, a strange thing happened to me this morning. I cut my finger, but instead of blood, blank came out.
Water.
Water. Okay. Now listen, it's perfectly possible that, a person not to know who Yule Gibbons is,
It certainly is. His
They're-
wife
I
doesn't
happen to know that Yule Gibbons doesn't know who Lynn
That's
Hayes
right.
is. Why the hell should she know who he is?
That's right.
Don't feel bad.
Did you get that
What did you say?
It doesn't matter what I said. I didn't say water. I said hickory nuts.
Hickory nuts. Okay, Brett.
You know that Bobby Van and I are going together?
Oh, really?
He's given up Elaine.
No kidding.
Because we both said hickory nuts.
Oh, terrific.
Both wrong.
Charles?
Can I walk you to the car? I said sap.
You got it. Okay, Sarah?
I said sap too.
Sap is the answer.
That's our godfather,
Well, you're going to match the two remaining ones to stay in the game. Let's see what she says. She says, I cut my finger, but instead of blood, water came out. What do you say?
I did notice just now something from a very pretty, darling girl, Missy, who has 2 to zip at the moment. When Charles had the word sap, Missy applauded.
She
The
applauded
downfall
Sap.
of Lynn.
Oh,
You seemed such a good sport when you came out yesterday.
she is a good sport.
I don't know. Those are the girls that beat you at arm wrestling. Darling, I said sawdust.
Sawdust. So that means Missy wins the game. I'll be with you in a moment or so. Well, you've got $5,600, and that's going to be very helpful in your education.
Thank
It
you.
was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you. I enjoyed it very
Thank
much.
you. Lynn Hayes, goodbye. Hello there. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Good. Shall we get right to it? Because this could mean a lot of money to you, Missy. We polled a recent studio audience, and we got their best response to this. Blank 2. Well, that's Roman numeral 2, you see, up there. You can read it any way you want. And if you match the answer that audience gave most often, you get $500. The second gives you $250, and the third gives you $100. Now, this is 2 or the Roman numeral 2 or the second or, whatever.
It can't mean aye.
It can't mean
If
I. No. It can't mean I. Whom do you call on?
Richard?
Godfather 2.
Godfather 2. Okay, there's one.
Betty?
Have you got one, Betty?
Richard II.
Richard II.
He was in office right before Chester Arthur.
All right.
And Brett.
Brett.
I have 2, but I think maybe my second one is a better choice. I'll say Act 2.
Act 2. So you got Act 2, Godfather 2, and Richard II. You want one of those, or have you got a better one?
I'll take Richard's answer. Godfather 2.
Godfather 2 is what you want.
She'll take
All right,
Richard
we'll
the
find out.
First.
What's that?
She'll take Richard the First.
Richard I, yes. We'll find out if they said that. And if they did say it, where did they say it? Did they say it so that it would end up under the $100 response? Henry II.
That was my other choice, and I thought nobody knows about Henry II.
Well,
Yes.
let's call the newspaper. This is some story.
Isn't he pretty in his little quilted shirt?
We're looking for Godfather 2. Here is the $250 response. Godfather 2. Congratulations, you got it.
Could that be possible?
Yeah. What do you think is under the big one?
Richard the second.
Act 2.
You think Act 2 is under there? What do you think?
Richard II.
What are they saying, John? World War II.
Yeah, that was in all the papers.
Is that what they say? Let's find it. Slide it, Earl. World War II. The audience was right all along. You know, I didn't think of that until the audience said it. Did you think of it?
No.
Well, that's too bad because there it is. Well, anyway, you got the 250. Now you're up to 350. And you're going to play for 10 times 250 or 2,500. In order to collect, you got to match one of them head to head exactly. Which one will it be?
Red shirt.
Okay. You face me. And here we go, Richard. He'll write his answer to this. It's worth 2,500. Blank. Pink. Blank pink. P-I-N-K. All right, he's finished. Now, Missy, we ask you to give us an answer which you think will match his. Blank pink.
Light pink.
Light pink is what she says. All right, sir, may we see your answer?
Well, there was in the pink, and I said shocking pink.
Shocking pink. Did you think of that?
No.
No. Oh.
That's a ladies' thing. I thought, you know.
Yeah, shocking pink. Yeah, that is a lady's color, isn't it?
I wear it around the house.
It's just certainly. Now, Missy, you're going to meet another player in a moment. You're up to $350. You're the champ. But before we meet another player, let's meet this message of interest. Yeah. All right, here we go. We're going to meet another player now. Let's all happily welcome and applaud Margaret Kirkpatrick. How are you, Margaret? Where are you from?
I was born in Copenhagen, Denmark.
You were born in Copenhagen?
Yes, Danish pastry.
Copenhagen. I'll agree to that. Wouldn't you agree to that? You got a piece of delightful Danish pastry up here then.
I'm married to a handsome Pasadena police helicopter pilot.
Just blew it.
And I have a darling little new son, Spencer, who my father has nicknamed T-Bone.
T-Bone,
For
why?
Spencer Steak.
For what?
Spencer Steak.
Spencer Steak.
I don't think it's funny either, but
It's
he
a
gets a
Danish
big
joke.
kick out.
Danish joke.
Danish.
It's a Danish humor, yes.
Kids got to go through life with the name T-Bone.
Well,
all right.
I can think of something worse.
You ready to play?
I sure am.
All right, let's play. I push this button, you make a selection, and the game will begin.
I'll try A, please.
A it is. Margaret wants A. Murray the Nut went hunting in Central Park and came back with a blank strapped to the fender of his car.
Oh, I got it.
Murray the Nut went hunting in Central Park, came back with a blank strapped
I
to the
love
fender of his
my
car.
answers so much I can't begin to tell you.
Let me just have a little peek at that answer.
You don't love it, huh?
If you're on the right wavelength there. Very good. Very
He's
good.
in shock because
yeah.
I came up with a good answer.
Excellent.
Next time I say yes when you offer to buy me a beer.
That would be good. It's a switch.
All right. We're waiting for Charles.
Aren't we always?
Yes.
Come on, boy.
He flunked printing and... Okay, there he is.
He flunked thinking is what he flunked.
Margaret, Murray the Nut went hunting in Central Park, came back with a blank strapped to the fender of his car. You ever been in New York?
No.
You ever heard the jokes about Central Park and all that? You know about Central Park?
I know it's not good to go through there at night alone.
Okay, go with me. You'll be safe.
Tell her about Yule Gibbons, Gene.
Came back with a blank strapped to the fender of his car.
A mugger?
What do you say, Bob?
What do I say?
Yeah, what do you say, Bob?
I lived in New York for a lot of years.
Yeah.
And I know the right answer, mugger.
Muggy. Are you the mugger or the muggy?
Muggy.
Are you the mugger or the muggy?
She's a little devil, isn't she?
She's
She
a
knew
devil.
what the answer was
She
all
knew
the
it
time.
along. Sure.
And so did I.
So
Muggy.
That's true. Yes, sir, Charles.
Where do you see his?
Now stop that.
No, if he was he came back with a mugger, he wouldn't be such a nut, would he?
No.
I mean, seriously. I mean, he would say, "What a lovely service he did." Hello, Sheila. What a lovely service he did. That's her name, isn't it?
Yes, come on.
I said a policeman.
A policeman. That's terrific. There. What do you say, Sarah?
Well, I lived in New York, too, and I was mugged once.
You were?
I was, and I did my karate. I don't have a karate, but I did it.
Yeah.
And it scared him.
No kidding.
No kidding. High voice and a lot of action. Right? So, mugger.
Listen.
I did.
The mugger was 4 years old. Mugger.
Mugger. There it is. There's 4. Miss Betty Whitehoney.
They said, don't strap that man to your fender of your car. He might be somebody's mugger.
Fine for you. That's normal for a first round question. And before we come to your first round question, we've got to come to this message. Pay attention. They said, just say a fast goodbye. 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 Goodbye.
This is Johnny Olson speaking for Match Game 75, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.